Hey, Miss Tequila. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Chrissy. How you doing? What's going on, ladies? What's up, Sunrose? What's going on? So the question of the today is, honey, Lord, they need to go about their business. Let me see what they doing. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Wicked Ways. What's going on? Um, is Chrissy being selfish about her mother's situation? Is it really that she's upset that her brothers are not helping her, or is she upset because she feels like not only does she have to worry about those 9 kids, but she also has to take on her mother? And she had already was feeling like with her kids alone, she has not been able to do her. So now that she has to take the responsibility of her mother, she feels like she's really not going to be able to do her due to the fact she has all of those kids and her mother to take care of. But her mother was always there for her when she needed a babysitter, when she was going out of town. She had to have been there. She said she had been there for 6 months because I surely did go back there and watch it because over here she gets the a fair reaction. There's no passes over here at all because I knew she was coming. I just wanted to hear what she had to say. But seeming that I didn't go and watch that live before I came live to talk about it. Hey, happy in paradise. Um, I didn't watch it before I came live to see what all she was talking about. Y'all had to like me in the comment section, and she was talking about light bills and stuff like that. And she was saying that her mother's on oxygen. Hey, Lex. Hey, pretty stoner. What's up, BB? Hey, a sky full of stars. I like your name. I thought I seen pretty stoner here. What's up, Donna? Hey, that's OE. How you doing? What's going on? What is going on? I thought I seen pretty stoner. I thought I guess I'm tripping. But anyways, so yeah. So I'm just trying to figure this out. I did go back and watch it, and I have some questions because it's like this. You know, you can lean on your mother when you in time of need, and when you need her to be there for you and your children, she's always there for you. There was times that her mother would move in with her, or whatever, vice versa, whatever the case may have been. We have to understand that our parents are getting up in age, and regardless of how many children that we may have or not, if our parents get sick and we're the only ones that could take care of them, or the only ones that are available at the moment to take care of the parent or parents, and that's just what it has to be. I don't agree with not a soul being on this earth having to take care of someone solely by themselves, especially when it comes to a parent and you have siblings. It's different when you are an only child, but when there's siblings involved, depending on what state those siblings are in, if they're elderly, they have health conditions or whatever, if they're not going to be so much of a help to the situation, then I mean, it is what it is. That's just something that you have to take in consideration on having kids. Your life is your life, but at the same time, the same way your parents raised you up and brought you up to be who you are, or whatever the case may be, um, you know, they took care of you. When it's time, when it's your turn, you have to be present, whether you want to or not. I understand you feel like you have all of those kids you need to tend to, and Caden's in the years where she's in the years to where she needs to have a lot of supervision due to her. What's up, Mama Boo? She's in a case to where she needs to have supervision because she's older, so her decision making is a kind of little shaky. I understand that. That's also something that you have to take in consideration, and that also goes off into being careful of laying down having babies, because you never know what life can throw you. Life can throw you a curve ball in a millisecond, and you have to be prepared for that. Not all the time do you think that life is going to be the way that you want it to be. So if my mother was to be, and she was to end up to be sick right now, or both of my parents, or whatever the case may be, I would have to go over there and help my mother along with my siblings. They will help as well, or whatever the case may be. They will pitch in to help. If even though I have 2 autistic sons, I would never use it as an excuse to say, well, I have a lot on my plate as it is already. I'm not able to take this on because here's the thing. I heard you say that you really don't want to take the money to get paid to take care of her. Where's the money that she was receiving to take care of herself when she wasn't staying with you? Because if she's staying in the house with you, the money that she's receiving should go towards you taking care of her. And then not only that, your brother should be pitching in. If they're not able to solely be there for you to help you, they need to be helping financially. If they're not able to help physically, they need to be helping financially. So then that way you won't have to worry about coming out of everything out of pocket, out of your own money, because you do have 9 kids, and that does have to be taken into consideration. But if those men, I know I took care of my 85-year-old father who had COVID. My sister didn't come around that much. People show you who they really, people show their real colors as to how they really are when certain things happen in the family or whatever the case may be. I'm going to just put it like that. I don't believe that she should take on this all by herself because she has siblings. She said they're around 50 years old. They're not old. They're well. That's not old to me. 50 is not old to me. If they're able-bodied, and their mind works well, then they should be able to assist and help their sister with their mother. There's no excuses because everybody has their own life. But when it comes to situations like when your parents is getting older and they start getting sick, that means that y'all, the kids, that means that y'all are responsible for y'all's parents unless y'all have money to put y'all's parents in some type of home. And I'm gonna tell you straight like this, neither one of mine is going in. If I'm not able to place them in a place to where I know they're going to be taken care of properly, why would I put my parents? It comes off. I understand that, you have your own life and you have your own kids to tend to, and you shouldn't have to just say, but that's your mother. And we have seen that lady many times come on here and have your, she has been on here with you, living in the house with you, helping you take care of those kids or being babysitters for those kids, especially when you went off to Texas and you had a little girls trip and she was back at home getting evicted with your children while you were out partying. And if she's been living with you for several months, then why all of a sudden you coming to YouTube talking about $1,000 light bill? So are you saying that has accumulated over 6 months? Because how did it get so high? I understand that oxygen has to run 24/7. So I understand it's going to be high due to the oxygen running 24/7. But she should have some type of income for herself. She don't have no type of retirement, no type of Social Security. How come you haven't been on here posting if your mother's been staying there with you? People are giving you suggestions. You could be doing a day in the life with your mom, taking care of her. That's content. But the only thing that you seem to want to come post about is when it pertains to you going on vacation with your boyfriend. And then I seen the live that you did yesterday. You came on here in your feelings. And I'm just trying to understand why. You came to the internet event to tell people what you were going through. And I could understand you feeling some type of way as a caregiver. If no one else is helping you, feel like everything is on you and you're not getting no type of help, no type of assistance like Peaches, I can understand that. But I mean, like, listen here. She has been there for you. So it's your turn to take care of her, because you don't know what could potentially happen to your mother in a short span of time. I don't believe her being on the oxygen tank, her being by herself or living by herself is a good idea. But that's your mama. I just wouldn't allow my mama to stay in the house by herself if my dad wasn't alive. She's not going to go. I'm not going to be trying to find her nowhere to stay. She's going to have to stay with me. And it's just going to be what it is. You understand what I'm saying? Because if she's up and she's to the point to where you don't know when her last day is. So why not make it comfortable for her as possible, even though you've been having those 9 kids and you was just trying to have a 10th one, right? So how is it that you were going to be financially stable to take care of a 10th child, but not financially stable to take? But you're not financially stable to take care of your mama. I'm gonna tell you like this: ain't no man finna come above my mama. You understand me? So, or no baby. Me having no baby with no new man, especially when I already know that I have nine kids already. You didn't need a 10th one. So how was it that you were going to be financially stable to take care of a 10th child, but you were not going to be financially stable to help your mother if you needed to help her? And how did she end up at your house? And why did you think it was okay for you to go out and have this spontaneous vacation and leave your kids there with her and she's on an oxygen tank? So why did you feel that it was important to put all of that responsibility on Cadence? Because you said that she's been there for 6 or several months. So within these several months, you went on that spontaneous vacation, correct? It's given mama have to have a life too, but that is your mama. And I know you have a relationship with your mama, so you need to think in your mind, if you thinking about you're not going to be able to rip and run the streets with Bay no more and go on these spontaneous, because I also caught that in the end of, I ain't been able to go get my hair done. Like, that wouldn't even be a part of the conversation if you are saying that you feel some type of way about your brothers not helping you with your mama. I wouldn't give a shit about what I look like. I could look like a piece of shit on a stick. You understand me? So you have to go back and look at what you're saying in order for you to, so you can comprehend something before you come on here talking shit like you did yesterday. Because I knew you was gonna come back because you wasn't gonna like the backlash that you received from the live that you did. You've been on here taking these vacations with this man, but yet you're telling somebody that you need assistance with $1,000 electric bill, but your mother's been there over several months. So I know good and well the electric company is not going to let you go over several months and have $1,000 electric bill. So how is it all of a sudden your electric bill is $1,000, but it hasn't been $1,000 for several months? Because that means if it was $1,000 then, it should be $1,000 every month because she has to have her oxygen on 24/7. Hey, Dashing. But I'm not going to take away from you when you say that she shouldn't be your only responsibility because you're not her only child. You damn right. You should not have to take that on by yourself. Do your brothers work? Is the question. Because you don't go clock in. You can clock into this whenever you want to. So this is another thing you have to take in consideration. And not only that, Chrissy, sometimes you just don't know when you're going to have to pay for the decisions that you make when you were younger. And we all have to pay for the mistakes that we made when we were younger, when we get older. The same way we eat, the way we don't exercise, whatever you're putting off in your body that don't belong in your body, it might not catch up to you when you're younger, when you're young, but when you're older, that shit catches up to you, just like your decisions. You had all of those kids by choice. I'm going to say by choice, right? And you never thought in your mind that life would spin this way, and you in your mid-30s. Your mama has lived a majority of a long life already. And her life, I'm not going to say it's coming to an end because I'm not God. So I'm not going to say that. And I hope and pray to God no time soon. And I mean that. But what I'm saying to you is this. Why would you want the responsibility of your mother if she's on an oxygen tank? I wouldn't want to put her in the hands of somebody else for her to not have the oxygen. Just think about it like this. If she's on the oxygen tank, you put her in the hands of some people that have to control, that have to be around her and have to take care of her on that oxygen tank. And the oxygen tank gets turned off. Or it's too low. And it's not giving her enough oxygen. How would you feel? You know, people are cruel. You heard of elderly abuse? That shit exists. Bed sores. You got people that can't move or can't get up like they supposed to, so they supposed to be turned every so often. But they be left on one side. You go in there and see your relative with bed sores. Girl. I mean, like, that's something that I understand that having 9 children is a lot of responsibility, but you should have thought about that. That's something that you should have thought about. And then not only that, where is your baby daddies at? Because you have 6, several. I don't care how many you got. It really does not matter. Because if you're getting help with your kids, like you're supposed to be getting assistance with your kids, then what's the problem? You can't be getting on her going on trips and shit like that and then you going to try to use it. Well, I wasn't using my money. He was using his. I don't care. He should have been using your money to keep you caught up on your bills instead. Don't you think? I would rather have my bills paid to be walking around with a $500 bag on my arm. You understand me? I don't even like to carry purses. I'd rather have that money in cash than for you to tell me, do you want it back? No, I don't. Give me that money in cash and I can do something with that. Like, you have to understand, like, you have not even been on this platform posted any content. You told your audience that you was going to go hard in July, and we have not seen nothing from you until you need something. That's what it's seeming like. So I seen people off in your comment section saying they were going to unsubscribe from you. How are you entertaining a man that can't help you, knowing that you're trying to help your mama? Because he would have to go. It wouldn't be no more talk about Bay no more. Because if Bay could do spontaneous trips and shit on the weekend or however he's doing it, I don't give a shit. But he should be able to assist you with this light bill that's $1,000. Because every time we've been seeing you, you've been talking about Bay. And you've been happy to talk about Bay, but now it's pertaining to your mama. You sad? It'd be different if this lady wasn't in your life and we never seen this woman before, or we never heard of you speak of your mother before. But this has been a thing for years, going in and out with your mama, staying with you, not staying with you, staying with you. But maybe this time she might really need you, don't you think? Or are you just thinking about yourself, Christy? Are you being selfish? Is the question of the day. Because I wouldn't want to send my mama to nobody if she on the oxygen tank. People don't want to do their jobs, will barely half-ass do their jobs, whether you're paying for them to do their shit or not. And your mother's been sick for over the years now. I would sure hate for something to happen to your mother, Christine. You have to get on her and be crying and shit. Because you're thinking about going to go get your hair, your nails, and your feet done and not being able to take no spontaneous trips. Hey, that I heard what you said. I heard you. I heard what you said. Where does all the glitz and glamour come in when it comes to taking care of your mother? So you want to be able to have the financial status to be able to provide that type of artificial that type of shit like that, weave and eyelashes and nails and shit like that, but not for your mama. That's sad, Chrissy. That's really messed up on some real shit. You better hope your kids that you got 9 of, they don't all do you like that. That would be really messed up. It's just 3 of y'all, but it's 9 of them. So what if they felt like all of the things that you feel like, just because you may pacify your kids by bribing them or letting them do whatever they want to do so you can do you, don't mean they won't feel some type of way when they grow up, Chrissy. That's why you saying that you got to keep that close eye on Miss Cadence Pie over there. What you afraid of? Go put on birth control. Is that what you're afraid of? Because she's going to be how she wants to be whenever she wants to be, because she's at that age. And you really do have to keep an eye on her. But when you letting her talk to boys and entertain boys and stuff like that, so you couldn't be too concerned about Cadence and her behavior. I think, Christy, you have allowed Cadence to be too grown because she's been your babysitter when you ain't home. Mm-hmm. And now she's done got to really smelling herself, haven't she? And she's been giving your ass the blues over there. That's what's happening, huh? She has became little Chrissy Jr. She little deuce, ain't she? Huh? That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like, Chrissy. It sounds like you have allowed her to be a little bit too grown because she has been your crutch as to your babysitter. When you ain't at home, she's there with those kids. And then when you are there, she wants to go out and hang with her friends. You're allowing her to go do those things, aren't you? It's been times where you didn't had to find, she didn't know where she had stayed, where she stayed, and you had to go find her and all types of stuff. Yeah, she's most definitely at that age. And then you said out of your own mouth that your daughter is easily influenced. That's bad. So you don't have to keep an eye on your child at all if you at home with your child. Where are you at? Hmm? I mean, because is she ditching school? Because that's where she'll be going, and she'll be bringing her ass right to that house. She wouldn't be going no damn where else. If I feel like I have to keep a close eye on my teenager, then my teenager won't be going no damn where. You understand? Huh? She's a minor. I said she won't be going nowhere. I don't give a shit what her friend's mama is letting them do. You not finna be doing it. Ain't finna be no Jasmine situation around here. I don't care what the next neighbor's mama's letting her daughter do. I bet you I'm not about to allow you to sit up here and think that you about to grow and make grown woman decisions while you up under my roof and I'm the one taking care of you. So like I said, Chrissy, I believe you allowed her to be a little too grown for her britches, honey. Mm-hmm. And now, hold on just a second, y'all. Let me take this call. All right, y'all, I'm back. That would mean Chrissy has to stay home, and she's not. She don't want to stay at home. That's what the problem is. Hey, G Night Decor. Chrissy's not trying to stay at home and take care of her mama. That's what the problem comes in at. She's not trying to come. She's not trying to be a caregiver to her mother because that prevents her from being able to run the streets. Okay? Period. On top of the fact that her brothers is not helping, and that also is making her feel some type of ways because, we're only hearing her side of the story. We have yet to hear theirs. On her daddy's side, one of her brothers on her daddy's side about 2-3 years ago did come on her and air her ass out. So she just better hope that those 50-year-old brothers that she got on her mama's side don't do the same damn thing. So I hope the story that she's telling is legit and that she ain't on her talking, just on her talking shit, because they could potentially find somebody that want to be involved with that type of family messy ass shit, because I'm not interested. No, thank you. I'm just saying though. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you have to understand your mama's in the time of need, and she needs you. Apparently, that's why she's there, right? Because I'm gonna say again, how did she end up at your house? Because I recall her being in her own house when you moved to Colorado. So how did all of a sudden she's been there for several months? Evidently, she must have got real sick. What is it that you need help with when all of your children, except 2 of them, are in school? Enlighten me. Enlighten me. I would like to know. And not only that, you don't have no newborns in your house, Chrissy. So what really is the problem? Because all of your kids are old enough to govern themselves the best way that they can. Or they can, they surely are, Claudine. So I'm just trying to figure this out. What is so, because not only does that one child need your undivided attention, all of them do. So I don't know I understand that she's in her teenage years and you say that she's about to be grown. No, she's not. Even when she turned 18, she's still a kid. I don't care what you say. Even when she turned 21, she's still a kid. Even when she turned 25, she's still going to be a little wet behind them ears. So she ain't going to be no grown nothing. That's sad. I don't understand, but to each his own. If anybody feels that their child is going to be grown when they turn 18, kudos to you, because I don't feel like no child is grown when they turn 18. Just because they say that that's what makes them grown legally does not make them grown legally at all. Because if that was the case, then they will be able to get out and go get themselves a place right then and there without your assistance. If they're so grown, you wouldn't have to help them in order for them to help themselves if they're so grown at 18, right? Right. So they're not grown. And even even if they're above 25, there's some people just don't grow the fuck up. And y'all know that, right? We see it every day on this YouTube shit. So I'm going to say that I'm with you, like I said, on the fact that you are not the only child. Yeah, you need assistance with them. Like I said, if they're not able to help you by being there physically, because we don't know what their life details, and it's not none of our business either, and you don't need to tell us either. Keep it to yourself. Just probably like you should have probably kept this shit to yourself too, because it really makes you look foolish. Very. That you can get on here and be smiles and giggles about taking spontaneous trips with this dude, but not so smiley about having to take care of your mother. And all of a sudden you having $1,000 electric bill, but you have never spoke of this $1,000 electric bill before, and your mother's been there for several months, and you're not going to convince me that the electric bill have allowed you to have a bill on that you're not paying for. It would have been cut off a long time ago. Unless you made some type of payment arrangement. But like I said, told you, or if you didn't know, I don't know what they do in Texas, but you better fill out a life threatening form. You talking about you don't know what you're gonna do. Why do y'all wait till the last? And that's another thing. How your grown ass gonna come on here at the last minute talking about you gonna have a bill due in a couple of days and you don't know what you're gonna do? But you knew you was gonna come on here and say this shit, didn't you? See, and that's why there's calculation there. You know what I'm saying? You have to look at it from maybe you should bring your shit back and look at yourself and listen to what you say out your face. So then that maybe you can get a better understanding as to where people be coming from. When they're not understanding how is it that you could take trips but not pay electric. Or you can contemplate having baby number 10. Chrissy. That's a whole human life. Like, these are not fucking baby dolls, dude. These are humans, right? You can't just have babies and not fucking. Oh, well, yes, you can. I was about to lie. Yes, you can have babies and not take care of them. It happens every single day. Lord Jesus Christ. Where's your baby daddies at, dude? You got 6 of them or whatever. You got a handful of baby daddies, because it really don't matter how many of a number you have. You have a lot. You have enough. You have enough. And a handful of them are supposed to be right where you are. Right where you are at. So where's the baby daddy that you was entertaining in or whatever? Wasn't it Kaya's daddy? I mean, hey, Dita. Hey, Roz. You know what, girl? Come on, life is more to life. Hey, Lenora. Never use the word yes, ma'am, because that'll make Miss Lenora. I can't say her name. But yeah, that'll make your family member feel like a burden. And that'll make them want to give up and go and pass away, Miss Lenora. Right? Miss Edwards. Yeah, you don't want your mama to be feeling, girl, you need to stop coming. Don't come back on her talking about this no more. I think it's in your best interest to keep this off of the internet, because you don't know. You don't know what state your mother could really be in. She could be telling you one thing, but could be feeling another. So, Chrissy, please don't come back to the internet talking about this type of shit. It's not content. And it shouldn't be content for you. If you need to talk to somebody, you need to talk to God about it, because not everything needs to be publicized for people to be able to have an opinion about it. I shouldn't have nothing to say about what you got going on between you, your mother, and your brothers, especially if you say you got friends. That's who you need to be talking to then. If you don't feel like talking, because it puts off, you need some money and you ain't been working. So what you think you need to come over here and beg for? Where you been, Anime? You been out here hot-tailing with these boys, and now you want to come back and ask people for some money. But you won't ask them for none. Talking about what you look like. But you ain't thinking about how your mama feel. And then you got on her and say, oh, my mom was perfectly fine with what I did last night, just because she told you that she was. Or because She feels like now that she knows that you done verbally let it be known that you done let her know that she's a fucking burger. You know that type of shit makes people want to give up on life, right? That makes them give up. That type of shit right there. You was wrong for that. You should have kept that shit to yourself and off the internet. Nobody should be able to have an opinion about what you are going through at this point. Because see, I didn't watch it before I came on here. But when I just got through watching it before I came on here this time, I said, oh, wow. They didn't even acknowledge my birthday when my birthday came. But you said that you went out for your birthday. Oh, I didn't go out of town. I was in town, but you still went out for your birthday. So apparently priorities are fucked up because you are too old to feel like you have to celebrate your birthday. As long as you're alive and you breathe and when you wake up on your birthday with your old ass, you're older. And I know you're not Cadence's age. Okay? All right? You're 34. You have to act the part. So you can't go run the streets with your ratchet friends and shit like that. That shit is long sale. You got 9 kids. Sorry. You made that decision. So that's why I said it seems like all of your decisions are catching up with you now because you're not able to do what you want to. And your mother's not a burden. You're just not able to go run the streets. That's all there is to it. She's not able to go run the streets like she would like to. She's not able to go run the streets with baby like she would like to go create baby number 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. That's Claudine. Y'all know that's Claudine Chrissy. I'm not even being funny. I'm being real as shit, like for real. Like just be mindful of what you're saying when it comes to you not wanting to do something for your mama because she's been sick over these years and she's been right there. She's been sick over the course of these years and she's been right there in and out with you in your house with you and your kids. And now that she's in a time of need, apparently, you're saying that you don't have the time. But I bet you if that fool ass nigga was to call you for some dick, you would have a dick appointment video, wouldn't you, Starla? It's funny that you don't feel like your 9 children is enough to where you was willing to have a 10th one. Just for that one not to be enough because this little fairy tale story with his boyfriend seems to be trash. Because you can't even get your light bill paid. You worried about how you gonna pay it. And worried about how you gonna take spontaneous trips with Bay. So how are you worried about both of those things at the same time? When that money, that money that can go on that trip that you want to take with Bay, that's spontaneous, it can go towards that light bill to help your mama breathe. Girl. She say, I'll look barefaced. I look barefaced. I don't even have my lashes on. So I guess we're going to be ready for a video where she sits down, where she's glitz and glamour, because she ain't going to want to go live to receive the backlash. So she just going to upload a sit down video while she talks like Olivia did the truth. Watch. Watch what I tell you. You just better hope that your family members don't decide to get on her and air your ass out, Christina. I'm just telling you. You got to be real mindful and careful. You do. Hold on, y'all. Hey y'all, I'll tell y'all what, I'm gonna come right back. I need to take this phone call. I can't miss this phone call. So I'll be back in like 15 minutes. Keep y'all's bells ringing because I'm gonna play the live that she did yesterday, and I'm gonna play half of the live that she did the night before. So keep y'all's bells ringing. I won't be long. I'll see y'all here in a minute.